Happy Friday, everyone. This is Crystal from Crystal with Love XO. And of course, we're also here on Rolling Out. And I am dropping in on a Friday afternoon with some information for you ladies out there. You know, we love talking about relationships and we also love talking about ways to elevate. And it's so important to do intentional elevation. And so today, you all have seen me go have a lunchtime on Mondays with Dr. Nicole from Put a Ring on It. But today we have Dr. Nicole back with her partner, and we're going to talk about how we can intentionally elevate our lives. So I'm going to you all help me welcome Crystal Khalil and, of course, Dr. Nicole.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How are you, Crystal?
I am good. Happy Friday, ladies.
Happy Friday, Crystal.
Well, I'm excited. Like I said, I've had the opportunity to have lunch with Dr. Nicole on Mondays, right? And we're talking about relationships, but we know as women, and this channel is predominantly really geared towards women and helping them. We want to be able to have the entire package, right? You know, I was watching I think it was Boot Camp Love and Marriage hip hop boot camp, you know, on We. And K Michelle was like, I want to be able to be a mogul. I want to be able to be a career woman. And I also want to be able to have this amazing family. And so you all have a conference, an ongoing conference is happening. We're starting tomorrow called Women Unlimited. So I wanted to have you guys on really quick for a pop-up lunch and let's talk about what women can expect and how can we intentionally elevate in all areas of our lives.
Well, we are, first of all, so excited to be here with you and your audience. Love doing the after show lunchtime with you. That's been an exciting new thing in both of our worlds. But, you know, Crystal and I have done so much in the space of being intentional about what it looks like to help women, high achieving women, really unbind and unleash their potential as it relates to relationships and career. Because like you said, we do want more. And often we feel guilty about wanting more when that's really what God is calling us to. He's calling us to purpose. He's calling us to that intentionality. And Woman Unlimited Live, which is going to be happening this Saturday, is a virtual opportunity for us to really share our She Brilliance process or method, should I say, that we've used to help women start to do what they really love, get paid to do it, and have healthier relationships in their lives. So we're just really excited about it.
And Crystal, that's what Dr. Nicole and I both did. We both made that shift in our own personal lives. I worked in procurement and supply chain for 30 years. Started out as a first generation college student, you know, working hard, head down, nose clean. You know, how many hard workers are out there where we're taught we've got to work twice as hard to get half, right?
Yes.
And putting in the work and not getting promoted. And I had to learn that, you know, networking, I had to start networking and get out of those, make some paradigm shifts and change my belief system to understand what it takes to really grow in corporate America. And I was able to rise to become the first African-American executive for a large automotive company, a German automotive company. And I remember once I finally achieved that dream job, so to speak, I start saying, what's next? Right? Do I want to be the president of this company or do I want to pursue my purpose? I felt like there was more, like God was calling me for more. And I felt like my light shined the brightest when I was serving people. Right? So I made the shift. And when I made that shift in my life, that's when I partnered with Dr. Nicole, because what we found was, you know, collectivism, working together to shine our light, is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love the fact that it's too, a lot of times we take it comes off differently because Black women, we understand each other. We women, you know, we have a connection, but as Black women, it's a specific conversation because as you said, so many of us have been taught. I was definitely taught that you gotta work twice as hard. And then I noticed that a lot of others harness our brilliance for their benefit, and we don't benefit from it financially, and we're taught that that's okay. We're supposed to be the workhorse. We're supposed to be able to do this for others. Tell us a little bit about what is the She Brilliance process, and how can women use that brilliance that they already have within them for themselves, instead of benefiting so many other people, as we always seem to end up doing.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I love how Crystal talks about her story. I was in corporate America as well. My parents were entrepreneurs, but I was in corporate America. I had the opportunity to move up the corporate ladder, and I was feeling that same way, but I had a lot of fear too.
Mm-hmm.
I had fear as to whether or not I'd be successful if I jumped out there, because that's what it felt like for me. It was going to take this big jump.
Yeah.
Right? Whether or not I would be able to really harness the talent that I knew I had, and my ability to do it for others. Because the interesting thing was, I was doing great things for the company that I worked for. And I got elevated from a company that was a parent-owned company to another company that was a parent-owned company, and did very well.
Yeah.
But when I started to feel that that uneasiness, that fear set in, my limiting beliefs came into view. And then it was, oh my goodness, do I have what it takes?
Mm-hmm.
Am I an imposter?
Yeah.
The things that they may be saying behind closed doors about me, are those things true? God, do you really have something bigger for me?
Mm-hmm.
So it was that pain of feeling like maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I didn't have the juice. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have a whole lot saved. How was I going to make this start? Was I going to fail myself, fail my family? It was all of that. And I've recognized there was a need to be liberated for me, right? There, my mindset, my fears, my past, so many things were now in the driver's seat. And I was in the passenger seat, right? And I was like, now, wherever you're seeking to take me, I know it's not that great, but I'm so bridled by my stuff that I don't know what to do. And that's what our process does as a first step, is it really looks at what kind of liberation needs to happen for you to be aligned, right, Crystal?
Yeah. Before we're liberated, we feel like we're bound. We're not free, right? Like you said, we're building somebody else's dreams. We're working twice as hard to get half. We are supporting everybody else, but like when we look around, who's there to support us, right? So in our first step, it's liberation. We help you to free yourself from those ties that are binding you and holding you back, those limiting beliefs that are keeping you feeling stuck and feeling like you don't have options.
Right.
Once you are liberated, you feel like, okay, all right, the world is open up for me. I see things differently. I'm free to make choices, to make plans, to think strategically on what my next steps are. And then our next step is activate.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute, Crystal. Before we even move on to activate, one of the things I just noticed was, Crystal, you probably never seen me with my glasses on. People have not seen me with my glasses on, but here's the beauty of these eyes that are looking at you, right? When Crystal talks about liberating and liberation, we often don't recognize that we're walking around like this, right? So our eyes work.
Yes.
But we can't see really well because we don't have the right lens.
Right.
And what our process does is it gives you a different lens to understand how you need to align, be able to create the narrative that's going to push you forward. So now you're in that space of what's possible, vision, strategy, clarity, and really recognizing, okay, I've got some other opportunities. I just wasn't able to see them.
Right.
And then once you realize, okay, I have other opportunities, then you say, okay, but how am I going to put them in action? Right. Because for some of us, we live in a golden cage. My job was a golden bird cage.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. It was a great job. But it wasn't my purpose. It didn't make my light a box.
Right. Oh, I think.
Are we still there?
Yeah, we had a little bit of rendering. You know, when it's virtual, it's a little bit of rendering. I want to say hi to all the ladies that are joining. Jay, Blake, Tiffany, Nicholas. We love having guys join us as well.
Yes. Hi,
Nicholas. But this is so good. And Tiffany says, yes, sometimes you need a different perspective.
Yeah.
I love this because it doesn't matter where you are, right? A lot of women think, well, I'm at this job and I know that I can't financially leave right now, so maybe this is not for me. Who is this for? Because so many times I think we look, when it comes to relationship and career, that self-doubt that you guys talked about kicks in, and we think, okay, well, maybe that would work for her, but that may not work for me. You know, I have all this other baggage, and it's really self-doubt and fear. So how do we know if we are stuck, and who does this process work for?
Yeah, I love that.
So if you are in a familiar place, but it's not comfortable, and you know that you've been called for more, right? Whether that more is promotion internally in your job so that you can open more doors for other people, or whether that more is starting your own business on the side or your own nonprofit, or whether that more is taking the leap and moving outside of your organization. Sometimes we get stuck in assignments. That's what we call them. God gives us assignments through life. And when we start to feel pain and we start to feel that pinch, is when we have overstayed an assignment.
Yeah.
So if you know that you're starting to feel that pinch, you're starting to feel that your light is dimming, it's not shining as bright as it could, and there's more for you. You've been getting nudges. People have told you should be doing certain things, because people will come and confirm for you what you already know.
Yeah.
If you're just stuck in the rut, this is for you. You need to be at Woman Unlimited Live so that you can unbind and unleash that unlimited potential that God placed in you.
Absolutely.
I love how you said that, because, you know, our tribe has the longest much to-do list that you could ever think of. The problem is we're often not on it.
Yeah.
And you know if that's you.
Yes.
You know if you are the person that everybody comes to for a solution. They come to you for solutions, for money, to catch their tears. You know if that is who you are in most people's lives. But when you really sit down for a moment, you say, but what about my dreams?
Yeah.
What about the things that I believe God has put and placed in my heart? What about those things? If that's what you're asking, if you love serving and you love what you've poured into other people because you know it's been good, but as we say, your hand is stuck like this, holding a glass, it pours into everybody else's cup, and it's stuck. It's literally your hand is stuck holding that cup.
And nobody could even pour into your glass if they tried, because you're stuck.
You're stuck, yeah.
And if you turn upright, this is what you do. Right? You're right. I've turned it upright. Lord, bless me. Pour into me.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
This is the place that you want to be. If you know, hold on, that's a phone interrupting our great conversation. The nerve of spam. If you know that you've been wrestling
Yeah.
What is purpose? And what you've been using to wrestle with that question is, I got all these responsibilities.
Yeah.
Right.
I got all these expectations. I've already made certain moves, so I feel like I'm locked in, right? Or you've had in your belly, because sometimes in our belly, God gives us an idea. He gave you an idea. He gave you something that has been calling you and tapping on you and waking you up. And you're like, yeah, but do you see my life? Do you see? I mean, sometimes we're doing well. And when we look around, we're like, how do I move from here to there and not skip a beat with this life that I've created? That is you.
Yeah.
You want to be in the conversation Woman Unlimited Live, because not only will we speak to that, but we're speaking to what activation looks like, Crystal.
Yeah.
Right? Our second step is, how do you activate once you're free? Once you're free, where are you going?
Right. Now what? Now what?
Right.
Where are you going? What are the actions
that
need to take place to move you from here to there, now that you're free to move, right? And how do you get the support of the expertise and the know-how for the shortcuts? Because let's just be clear, if you have all the time in the world, you're probably not in our tribe. Can we just be honest?
Yeah.
The women in our tribe are like,
time is
a commodity.
Right.
And I've got to move quickly, and I've got to not skip a beat. I've got these balls that are in a cadence. It may not be the balls that I want, but if I'm going to trade one out, I need that cadence to still go. So how do you move in the shortcuts and the know-how and the proven opportunities that are not going to cause you greater harm, fear, and really elevate doubt, right? But where you can see where you're going, and you're pulling in what we would call destiny helpers, right? To help you move into our next phase,
right?
Which is to accelerate.
So absolutely. You know, I think sometimes as women, we are, especially accomplished women, when you get to that point where you are in a place where a lot of us were taught when we're younger, you go to school, you're an overachiever, and you get a good job, you get in a good space, right? And it's a lot of times, especially now, there's not mentorship. There's not another woman that you can go to and say, but I thought there was more. This is not really fulfilled by the fact that I did what I was told to do.
Yes.
And it's not enough, right?
Yes.
And I love the idea of, you know, back in the day, like women would mentor and really put you on a course. You're not supposed to know everything. You can't possibly know. And I think a lot of times we feel a guilt, like, well, I should know, I should be able to do this. And if I don't know, I'm afraid to acknowledge that I really need help. I don't know what to do. I realize I'm not fulfilled, but I don't know what step to take. How important is it for other women, for you all as women who have gotten through and got to the other side, to be able to pour in and say, sis, I got you. This is the process.
It's everything, Crystal, because like you said, you know, we're the ones that are, we've done what everybody expected us to do. We've gotten a good job. We've achieved, but we can't achieve ourselves to being fulfilled. And a lot of times you look around and you're the highest one in your class. Everybody comes to you, but who can help you? Who can tell you? When you start complaining, people look at you like, I would trade my hand in for yours any day. That part, right? So when I decided to take the leap, when I decided to fly through the doors of that golden cage, My sister, Dr. Nicole, reached out to me and said, "Hey, sis, I've been out here as an entrepreneur flying for 20 years.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, I'm here to help you." Right? That was everything, because that shortcuts the process of learning the hard way.
Yes.
And in our accelerate phase, we help women. We give you access to our network. We give you a community of other like-minded women that are out here flying. And that can tell you, don't fly that way. Don't go to the west. Go to the east.
Right.
It's easier.
Right.
The wind, you'll fly with the stream instead of upstream, right?
Absolutely.
So having that community is invaluable. It's priceless, because otherwise you are out here trying to figure it out by yourself. You end up working harder than you ever worked before, and you're spinning your wheels, and you're exhausted, and you're overwhelmed, and you feel like you're pushing a mountain uphill.
You are.
If you get with the right community, it changes drastically. Now you have people in your phone that you can call for advice. You have people that are tapping you on the shoulder for opportunities, introducing you to people that can help you get to your next, and becoming your destiny helpers along the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Kimberly says exactly, the action part is terrifying. I need a mentor, accountability coach, sisterhood support. I've tried, and it is hard to do alone. And so many women are saying the same thing as well. That's me.
It makes all the difference in the world. You know, I moved from the corporate experience into solopreneurship, right? And when I joined forces with Crystal, people thought I was crazy. Like literally, they were like, how are you going to have a successful business that you've been doing for 20 years and now join with somebody else? Partnerships don't work. That's a lie.
Partnerships are sinking ships.
Right? They told us all kind of stuff. And I just said, you know what? I can appreciate where they're coming from, but I've lived this experience.
Right.
And I know the value of having other genius minds, other brilliant women who are willing to work, play, have some fun, be in integrity, share. They get collectivism. My light does not dim Crystal's. Her light does not dim mine. We sit in the same frame and be like, yeah, look at us. Ain't we cute?
Right? Black girl magic.
Black girl magic.
You know, so what we're excited about is being able to offer ease. Let me say that again.
I know. I was like,
ease.
That is not something.
Oh my God.
We're hard workers, but we are not accustomed to ease. Not being hard.
Right. Yeah. And that level of being able to travel light, because Crystal and I wear our glasses, but we don't wear our masks.
That part.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Now we've had them. We know what it feels like to wear them.
Right.
So much so that you're not really sure where one ends and you begin. And being able to use our method to help women say, okay, when was the last time you even felt your body move without it?
And it's not until you take it off that you feel how heavy it is.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's not until you take it off that you realize exactly how heavy the mask is. And, you know, and I want to tell Kimberly and all the other ladies, you need to be at Woman Unlimited, because you're right. That activation phase is so hard. And one thing I learned is once you begin to activate, the people who you think will support you won't. And the people who you think won't support you will. And it's your responsibility to get in the room with the right people who can take you to the next level. And that requires you investing in you, because you are the guarantee.
Absolutely.
You've been the guarantee for that job. You've been the guarantee for your family. You've been the guarantee for your friends. You need to show up as the guarantee for you.
Oh my gosh. Amy says, I wish I had a mentor. I look like I'm so strong. No one even thinks I need guidance.
Yeah.
That is key, because that is key. Also, we're so used to, well, I've always been the high earner. I'm not fulfilled, but no one would think that I need help and I am stuck, right? And it's almost like being vulnerable. Dr. Nicole talks about, allowing to say, I don't know, and allow another woman to give you those gems that she has, is key. So I'm excited. I need to be there. I'm in the same boat. I need to be there myself. I'm excited to be able to share this. So we have people saying that they need this. What can people do? How is great that it's virtual? That means all of us. I mean, people here from all over. Everyone can come together. How do we get involved? What do we need to do to go to Woman Unlimited?
Well, first of all, Crystal, if you can share with them the link, that would be amazing, because what do you need to do? You need to be intentional about setting it on your schedule.
Yes.
And just showing up. What Crystal and I have been notorious for is we show up in the room.
That's right.
And I'm saying we show up all kind of ways. We show up scared.
Yes.
We show up.
Yes.
We show up hair cute. Hair not so cute today. We show up.
And when you show up, that's when your blessings meet you.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many times I've had experiences where I was like, I don't even feel like getting up this morning. I don't feel like getting dressed. I don't feel like driving to this event. I don't feel like logging in on this Zoom. And then I show up, and that's where the blessing meets me.
Every single time.
Every single time, because the enemy wants to keep you from getting that blessing. That's why you're tired. That's why you don't feel like going. But when you push through and you show up for you, the blessing will always meet you there. So Crystal's going to drop the link in the chat. Register, block the time, bring yourself, your good energy, your smile, get ready to have some fun, and get ready to transform for your next.
It makes all the difference in the world when you invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
Because one of the things that we talk about in our community a lot is the power of yes, amen, and thank you. When you say yes and you are willing to invest in yourself, it puts the entire universe on notice.
Right.
That you are ready to do something different that involves you. Because can I say this, sis? We often have no problem investing in everybody else. I mean,
character trait. Absolutely.
Everybody else. And I'm talking about investing in shoes, in clothes, in degrees, in job. I mean,
external trappings that still leave fulfilled.
Yep.
We will invest in everybody else with no hesitation.
Right.
And when it comes to us, it's like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
So what you can do is remove that doubt. You can remove that burden. You can remove that conversation and say, you know what? I am the guarantee. I am worthy of the time on my calendar to invest in myself and to really see what God has waiting for me. You gotta show up.
Gotta show up.
You gotta show up. That's the first part.
Yeah.
Is submitting to the fact that, okay, I'm going to use my will, my power, my authority to be in the room.
And what happens is we hear in our minds, I know I need to be there. And then we allow self-sabotage to kick in and say, oh, but I need to go grocery shopping. I've got to go take the kids. Be intentional.
Yeah.
You know you need to be there. Be there. There's something there for you. Your blessing is waiting on you. And we cannot allow self-sabotage to keep us stuck
Yeah.
This is your season.
Absolutely.
This is your time. And that means you have to claim it.
Right. Right. And we have to realize that we're worth it. I can attest to that. A mom and a wife, and I know my children. I put everything into my children. I mean, if they, whatever they got, if they call, it's there.
Yes.
Husband call, it's there. Friends call. But when it comes to Crystal, it just, I don't take that same sense of the same sense of urgency.
Yeah.
That I would pour into, especially our children. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, there's that whole adage of how can you give to them? I find that my children receive more when they see me living in my purpose.
Absolutely. Because that's what they want to see. That's what they want to model. Right? When they move out of being children, they want most of all to be able to move towards purpose. But all that has been modeled is sacrifice, sacrifice to the point of sacrificing the sacrificer.
And what happens, Crystal, is when we keep pouring into everybody, eventually we start to pour from an empty vessel.
Right.
And when we're pouring from that empty vessel, we start to draw upon resentment, overwhelm, depression, right? Because we've put limits on ourselves. Right. And when we're limited, it starts to affect relationships that matter to us. It really does. Yeah. And that's the reason why we started Woman Unlimited, because it takes a woman unlimited plus a man unlimited to have an unlimited relationship.
I love it. Yeah.
When we're limited, we after over time, we start to resent other people. Because why can't they see me? Why don't they see that I matter? Right. Why don't they see that I have dreams? Why don't they see that I'm hurt? That I need love? That I need attention? Because you have dwarfed them with your doing.
That part. look, Crystal. Look, Crystal.
Don't get up out of my
But look at the funny of this statement. Why come they get to take a nap?
Yeah.
Why come they get to do certain things? Right?
On vacation.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody is vacationing, but I'm on a trip because I'm working.
If you've ever lent somebody money and they owe you money, and then you find out they're buying things, and you're like, wait a minute, you got new shoes? You ain't paid me for the car note I gave you last week.
You're like, how is that happening? Yeah. And we'll wear them and be like, oh, sis, don't you think, aren't these nice? You're like, I'm so confused.
Okay, because you've got a good job. You don't need the money back. You're all good.
Did people ever count your money, Crystal? Where they count your money? You're like, now wait a minute. Now wait, how are you counting my money?
But it goes back to what the young lady said earlier. People assume, they look at the outside and they make assumptions. Oh, well, she don't need it. She's good. She don't. And all the while you are. I mean, this has been my life. I am in Hawaii working on vacation, and other people are. And I'm like, I have created. You know, you mentioned the golden cage. It becomes a prison.
Yes,
it becomes a prison. And so I am excited. I have put the link in the chat. I'm going to share the link on social. You all please do something. I can attest, when you invest, when you take a step, not even a leap, just take a step out on faith.
Yes.
And invest in yourself. You will be surprised at the end of the way the universe will move things towards you. So this is the first step. And it's about acknowledging, I need some help. I need some guidance. Yeah. Nobody gets there without some type of help.
That's right.
And you know, Crystal, and this is for everybody that's present and everybody that will see this later. At every level of elevation, you need new resources and levels of support.
Absolutely.
Now is not the time to look at yourself as if something is wrong. If you are moving to the next level, or you just moved to the next level, you're going to need new resources and support, because every every level of elevation requires that. One of the things that we talk about is doing, one of our brands is the International Slumber Party, which is now 100 countries represented of 18 to 25-year-olds. We're cute. We are no longer 18 to 25.
It's been a few years. Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
We're well traveled, but we've now been to 100 countries.
Right.
At that level, you gotta have new support, new eyes, new resources. You gotta raise the lid.
Right.
So don't look at it, sis, as something's wrong with me and I shouldn't need this. It's the exact opposite. That's a good sign.
Absolutely.
That's a blessed sign that says you're going somewhere you've not been before.
Yes. Yes.
And you just need some new tools, new destiny helpers, new context, and a lifted lid to be able to meet that next.
Information is powerful. You don't know what you don't know
until you know it.
And once you know it, you have the opportunity to do something different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we don't need to reinvent the wheel. If there are women that have been there and can share shortcuts, I am over the working hard. I am ready to work smart.
That's right.
There's no reward. We walk around like it's a badge of honor to be beat down and tired. And there's no honor in that. There's no honor in serving everyone but yourself. So I am thankful for you ladies joining us. I'm thankful for all of you that are watching.
Yeah.
Jay Blake, Miss Linda, you all, thank you so much. Make sure you go to that link and register. Don't think about it. Do what your what your soul is telling you to do. You can feel that, like, this is what I need. Someone has said, this is me. I've stayed too long. I've overstayed. It's time.
Yeah.
So make sure you click on that link to register. I'm going to see you ladies tomorrow.
Yeah.
For taking the time to spend a little after lunch here with From Crystal XO and rolling out and to share with us what's going on. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. We definitely want to have you all come back and talk about it as this continues to go, because it's not a one-time thing. It's something that's going to continue to happen, because you definitely need to stay plugged in. It's kind of like that cell phone. You get a charge, but then eventually you're going to have to recharge.
Absolutely.
That part.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Crystal. We appreciate you, sis.
All right, ladies, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye. All right, you all, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that fed your spirit and gave you something, because so many of you are saying what I felt. I'm in that same position here. I appreciate you guys for being a part of my journey. It's time for me. I feel that, got too comfortable. It's time to move, and it's scary. It's scary sometimes. So it makes it better when others have done it before, and there's somebody that can say, I got you. We're accountable. I am not my sister's keeper. I am my sister. I thank you guys so much for joining. Like I said, that link is there, and I'll make sure that it stays in the info for this chat. So make sure that you register, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And of course, right back here on Monday for more great content. So you all have a blessed weekend, and I will see you tomorrow at Woman Unlimited. Bye-bye.